ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday morning, the 15th day of December. James Spann here, and looks like this week will be very mild and wet at times, and not that far away, the weather brutally cold across much of the country. Let's go right to some of the Skycam images around the network this morning. There's a look at the Mount Cheahaw camera. They are in the clouds this morning, have a southerly wind flow. Temperatures are hovering around 50, and we're going to be way up in the 60s today. In fact, it looks like we could be up around 70, maybe even low 70s parts of this week. There's the Jasper Skycam looking down on the square, the Christmas lights and the nativity scene looking so nice there. And up in the Tennessee Valley, there's a look at our Skycam in Huntsville with traffic down below on Memorial Parkway. Well, there you go. We've got this general trough over the west and a ridge over the southeast. And it's a classic battle, and in that battleground to the north of here, there's going to be some ice today. And around here, we'll be in the mild air with a ridge, and over the trough, it is brutally cold. In fact, let me just show you the numbers here. I mean, that even hurts to look at that thing. Up in the core of the cold air, down to 25 below zero, or colder, 25 to 30 below, up around Cut Bank, Montana. And look at the gradient over Arkansas. I mean, that's pretty amazing. You go from Fayetteville, where they're in the teens, to Memphis, where they're sitting in the 60s this morning. That is a 50-degree drop across that state. And it's an amazing contrast if you were to be driving along Interstate 40 there from Memphis over to Sallisaw, Oklahoma. But notice how the east is very, very mild. And, of course, the question is, will the cold air reach us? If so, when? How? Will there be any ice or snow? Well, not this week. No, the answer is no in the short term. Now, but not that far away. Look at the mess all the way from Little Rock up to Detroit and Pittsburgh, where winter storm watches and warnings are up. In those counties in blue over North Mississippi and western Tennessee, that is an ice storm warning. And that includes the Memphis metropolitan area. Amazing. While we'll be in the short sleeves down here, they'll be up there in the ice not that far away. And, of course, out west, all kind of issues with winter storm watches and warnings across the southern Rockies, where the ski resorts will just be inundated with heavy snow. One of our affiliate radio stations is out in Flagstaff, and we're forecasting 2 feet of snow for those folks this week. There's a look at the ice potential for today. And you can see the bullseye is up there north of Jackson, Tennessee, with the potential for ice running all the way from Cincinnati down to Little Rock. And that is a very, very challenging forecast for those folks. They are in shallow, cold air. The Arctic air is only 1,000 feet deep or so. You go above that, temperatures are way above freezing, and that's going to set the stage for that ice event. And certainly we'll be watching that unfold from a distance down here. Now, here's the precipitation outlook for the nation over the next 5 days. And goodness, that's 4 inches of something up there over the Ohio River, where Kentucky, Illinois, and Indiana join. And I'm afraid a lot of that's going to be snow and ice. And around here, the heaviest rain this week will taper off from amounts of over 1 inch over the shoals in northwest Alabama to nothing at Dothan. And we're going to be in a mild, moist air mass all week. And that doesn't mean it's going to rain all the time, but a shower possible at almost any time through Friday. Well, let's look and see what's going to happen here. This is the 06Z run of the GFS, valid at noon today. This is at 500 millibars, about 18,000 feet off the ground. And you can see the story is that big cold trough out west. And the front, the Arctic front, is parallel to the upper air winds. It just won't move much. Now, sometimes the weight will move it a little bit, and it's very, very shallow around the edges, but we think certainly no issue here today. Maybe trying to clip the shoals up there. And at the surface, we'll have the Gulf open, so again, the chance of a few showers today. Nothing heavy, but just the chance of showers. Same deal tomorrow. The front, if anything, should retreat a little bit to the north. And this is really suggesting a pretty good chunk of the day tomorrow could be dry, but we'll mention a chance of showers. Wednesday at midweek, look at the 588 circle easing up in here from the Gulf. Very mild. That'll push us at or over 70. In fact, down there in Mobile and Dothan, they'll probably do mid-70s. And we note that strong shortwave coming into the southwest United States, just off the California coast, and Another piece of energy rotating down toward Washington State. But again, for us, that means very mild weather, and this is suggesting the better chance of showers up over the Tennessee Valley and points north near that stall front. So it might not rain that much tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll mention showers, and we'll fine-tune that as we go. Thursday, the 588 circle is almost up to Montgomery. So obviously, cold air won't get in here with that, and Thursday, the warm front is continuing to lift north, and that looks pretty dry. So really, this run of the GFS is drier than recent runs and very mild. So again, we're not going to change much in our forecast we put out there last night. But if this continues, we might trend toward drier conditions this week. And there's that new low on the lee of the Rockies. And then Friday, at the end of the week, we stay mild. And again, stall front nearby, chance of showers, but no cold air. And pretty much the same deal Saturday, starting off the weekend. Maybe a shower, very mild. Now, Sunday, the ridge begins to flatten, and shortwave energy kind of beats that thing down. And the question is, can cold air get in here? Down at the surface, that suggests a pretty good northerly flow developing and a cold front coming in. And while, you look at the thickness values, and certainly it's not going to snow at that point, if that cold air is very shallow, I mean really shallow, 1,000 feet or so, that might open up the door for some ice potential over the northern part of the state. And, of course, we're not going to go there in the forecast right now, but just be aware of that. And then Monday of next week, again, it warms up again. With this upper air pattern, it's just going to be hard to get the cold air in here. And then Tuesday of next week, a couple of days before Christmas, we're back to the deal with a ridge nosing in from Florida and a cold trough out west. And down below that, a big rain event shaping up here. But, again, that would be all rain around here. And then on Christmas Eve, just stays kind of mild and maybe showery, much like the weather we're expecting this week. And on Christmas Day, pretty much the same deal. Cold air out west. Big snows for the Rockies out there, the southern Rockies, New Mexico, and Colorado. And this is all voodoo. We all know that. This is more than 7 days in advance, but we're just looking. But again, that would suggest relatively mild and kind of showery weather. And then at the end of the forecast on the 30th, the westerlies get deep and strong. And again, that suggests a passing front. And somewhere in there might be a little shallow cold air event here, but no sign of any Arctic outbreak where it just blows in here with a big trough developing over east. No doubt the mean trough for the next 15 days will be out west, and that's where the coldest air should be. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so this afternoon. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 News at 5, 6, and 10. Again, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.